It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots on EA Sports.
Just a beautiful fall night for football here in the Northeast as we are inside Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Throwing, Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards, Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Off play action. Jones. And that is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, McKinnon again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
On 3rd down, you'll get him down. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Stevenson.
And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good.
And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there, Tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Running left is Stevenson.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They run once more with Stevenson.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
New England on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Throw finding Thornton over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw. Jones. His throw caught at about the 5. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thornton. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Jones throwing on 4th down. There's Henry. Touchdown Patriots. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Nick Folk for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now it's Mahomes again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon.
And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's McKinnon on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. And again, it's Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Richie James from 4 yards out.
And the Chiefs have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And now out come the Patriots. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On the draw is Stevenson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He'll drop to throw. James has got it. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards there, a big one. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. Can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now Mahomes. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
Jalen Watson dropped him defensively.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Keep on. Trying to go to work. You smell that? Check his drawers.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Taking it about the 1. Here's Richie James on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Mahomes to throw once more. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Mahomes now to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Out to the right, here's McKinnon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 32 on the play.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Now Jones. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Let's go, man.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. And Folk's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 14. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 7 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New England's offense set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Jones now throwing to start the drive.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now a handoff. Stevenson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Stevenson gets it again on second down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. New England on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones.
They set up the screen for Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back to throw again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 2nd and 10, Jones.
Right side, Thornton with it.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Stevenson
gets past one man. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones
setting up a screen for Stevenson.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Ramondre Stevenson
From 4 yards out.
So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on second down. Jones, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. From the 22, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So now a big spot for the Pats as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
On first down, Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Open man is Fortson. He's got it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Mahomes to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Let's go, y'all.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chiefs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Now, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
So the Patriots coming out now.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jones. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 31, Jones.
Got Stevenson again, back-to-back plays.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jones throwing on first down. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, Jones. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
You're supposed to catch that, baby. That's how we eat. Let's rock and roll. Let's go, man.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Back to throw. Jones.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
You ready to roll? Stay loose. Stay loose. Get it up. Come on with it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones.
He gets this to Thornton.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.